I personally struggle with lust. So when you hear this message, as much as you think it's an attack on you, it's an attack on me as well. So take all of that self-importance and throw it out the window. The fact of the matter is that this generation, in fact, all generations before this, but especially this generation, because we have all the social media and all these gadgets to highlight how horny we are too horny. Quite frankly, you're too fucking horny. The whole generation of kids, of adults, everyone is too horny. We see life through a lens of lust. We sexually pervert everything that is around us. The biggest example for me is when I go on social media and I see a parent loving on their child or a child loving on their mother or their father, and people go in the comments and they're like, ew, that's disgusting. Yo, why is she doing that? That's your son, that's your daughter. And they try to perpetrate this deviant activity to this loving nature that is being shown because they themselves are unhealed. They have a lot of sexual trauma. And it's not right that your uncle or your auntie or your family friend touched you. It's not right. But it doesn't make it right for you to see other people's loving natures as sexually perverted because your lens of life is sexually perverted. Do you know how much lust goes around in the world? So much lust goes around the world that it has been commodified into an industry. Pornography. How young were you when you discovered pornography? And if you discovered it young, how did it shape your lens on how women and men are supposed to interact? How did it shape your lens on how you viewed relationships in general? Your family relationships and dynamics, your relationship with your spouse or your partner, how did it shape that? A lot of you consumed so much pornography that you can't look at a woman without thinking, damn, I would like to be in that. I would like to touch that woman. I would like to do this. I would like to do that. A lot of you have watched so much pornography that you can't look at that man and be like, damn, I wonder what he got in his pants. Ooh, the shit I'll do to that man. What I'll do to him, how I'll do this, I'll do that. We are so sexually programmed and sexually activated that it's scary. It's really scary. You don't see relationship dynamics the way you're supposed to because you see through a lens of lust and sex. Everything revolves around sex. Sex sells because of that. In any and every industry that is worldly or secular, sex sells. You look in your music, sex sells. You look in your movies, sex sells. You look in your books and any form of entertainment, sex sells. You buy sex, you crave sex, you need sex, you want it. Nobody even has to force it on you anymore. You go out willingly looking for it. Men don't value women for the most part for who they are, their soul that is within them, the spirit that they are, because we are all spirit beings, because you are so focused and programmed on her sexual organs and how you can sexually benefit from her and how she can alleviate your sexual stress or that pent-up energy. You just want to release it in her or around her because you just see her as a sexual object. You don't see her as anything more than a sexual object. A lot of you women don't see men as human beings or as a spirit being enclosed in flesh with a soul. You see them as a dick. You see them as a hard throbbing sexual object to be inside you and provide you pleasure. You don't see them as a human. We don't see our counterparts the way we're supposed to because we see them through a lens of lust. All you see is sex. You don't see anything else. That's why there's such a perverted nature in humankind where you have men touching on little innocent girls and babies and women touching on little innocent boys and babies, ruining their lens of innocence, taking their naivete and crushing it. and making them super hypersexual, where they go into the world and wreak havoc. All they want is sex, and they destroy what could be because they don't see life the way they're supposed to. Men value women, women value men. We're so lost. We're so lost. We've destroyed the perfect union of man and woman because we're so focused on fucking each other. And it's not just sex, it's everything else as well. The way in which we even look at money, there's a little bit of a sexual nature to it. It's a little bit of a predator and prey relationship. And humans are the sacrifice, the unwilling sacrifice in the middle. So many unions have been ruined by this messed up lens that we see things through. Pornography is a disease. So many young children have fallen into it, and it's ruined them inside and out. Pornography isn't just you masturbating to two people having sex. On the surface level, it's ruining your perception of love and even sex itself, because you are looking at what these other people are doing and gaining pleasure from other people partaking in something that you like to partake in. And when you get the chance, you try to mimic this destructive behavior in your real life relationship because you think that is the lens that you're supposed to see things through. You think that that is what you're supposed to mimic because that is the way, but it's not. On a spiritual level, it's you giving your energy to a sexually deviant act. There's demons associated with all of these, and they're stealing your energy. Your semen is your life force. Your womb is a life source because it is a hub and a chamber where life is begotten. These two factors joined together create human nature. That is a divine thing. That is not something to play with. And this sexual industry is playing on that. It's perverting that. You watch all these things and you watch all these videos and it's the cream pies and it's the sex and the masturbation and the BDSM and all these other wild things that you are associated with because you're watching it. And you're asking yourself, oh, how does he know all these things? Because I fall victim to it just like everybody else, just like you. We shouldn't even know all these things, but we know. And we've become so sexually deviant. We're sinful. We're disgusting. Human nature has become disgusting. Sex has been sold since the beginning and all throughout. If you look through all of human nature, you find sexually deviant people and sexually deviant acts and sexually deviant natures that's existed and been passed on and been passed on and been passed on and been passed on. And now we're here. Are you gonna be the change? Are you gonna contribute to the change that needs to be made? Because quite frankly, it's disgusting and it needs to change, if you ask me. And I'll tell you, it's nasty, bro. It's really nasty. We need a revolution. We need a renaissance of purity, of God. Lust is disgusting. There's a reason why God says, flee from lust. Because you can't fight lust on your own. You're not strong enough and you're not disciplined enough. I don't care how disciplined you are. I don't care how many push-ups you can bust out. I don't care how many laps you can run. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how good you are distracting yourself. You're not good enough to fight lust on your own, and you're not strong enough. You need God, and you need to flee from it. That's why he tells you to flee from it. For everything else in the Bible, God is like, fight it. Be strong, be disciplined, and fight the Holy Spirit to help you fight it. With lust, it says flee from it. Why? Because you can't fight it. You have to run. You have to run. You have to run. Run away from it, bro. You can't fight it. Sis, you can't fight it. Bro, you can't fight it. You're not strong enough. You're going to open your legs eventually. You're going to pull your pants down eventually. It's just how it goes. Run. Don't walk. Run.